Hey everyone, today is going to be a special day. Right now I'm in my car, I'm driving to the trails. But if you've been keeping up with my channel a little bit, you know that I've sold Oscar. So Oscar is obviously no longer with us, so how could I be going on the trails if I don't have a bike? Well, if you can see back there, that is actually the new bike that I invested in sometime last year. I haven't made a video over it, mainly because I wanted to get the feel for the bike and I wanted to really kind of put some wear and tear on it and kind of understand the way it rides in comparison to Oscar. Now I will say that with this bike, I feel far more confident riding it and far more confident that it can withstand certain jumps and such, unlike Oscar, who probably wouldn't be able to. But in that sense, you're going to see what bike it is, and it's actually something that I'm really excited to show you. So without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, see you at the trails. All right, so here's my bike. This is a Specialized bike. Not really sure what lineup it is, I forgot, but here it is. Front and rear suspension system. With the package, it even came with the bottle cage, which is pretty cool. And it comes with this little multi-tool here as well. And one of my favorite features about this bike actually is that there's this little secret compartment within the bike frame that allows me to store more stuff. So it's actually right here behind this, so you can pop this thing off and you have like a little secret compartment where you can put extra stuff. Right here I have an extra tube, and then sometimes I'll put like my keys in here so that they're not in my pocket. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is my bike. I've been having it for quite a while, and so far I'm really loving it. So let's take it for a ride. As y'all guys know, that I'm pretty much still new to mountain biking, and over the past couple years getting into it, I've actually really been enjoying it. I've learned a lot of things. This is one of the little hacks that I have. So right here I have this Velcro strap, because when I was riding one time, I had my water bottle here and I actually lost my water bottle, and it fell into the river. And main reason because of that is because this thing's loose. It moves a lot. So having this strap here actually helps tighten it up a lot, and I haven't had any issues with that. So that's a little hack that I found. I also purchased a lot more gear for safety, mainly because I've had a couple scratches and dents here and there. Mainly because I wasn't wearing the proper safety gear. So I have gotten some gloves, some knee pads, and a new helmet, a proper helmet this time. And it actually helps boost my confidence in trying new things, knowing that if I was going to do this and if I were to fall, I would be okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and get it off the bike rack and let's get started. These are the knee pads that I purchased. There are also shin guards as well. That helps a lot. And my helmet. It's a new helmet that I got too. It actually kind of fits the color scheme of my bike. Right here. And I also have myself some merch, some gloves. That's Burn Peak. If you ever guys watch Burn Peak, or previously known as Seth Bike Hacks, they're actually really great gloves, and I do recommend them if you're looking at getting something like that. So the weather today is not the best, but the temperature is really nice, especially being here in Texas. It's very cloudy, so it's not the most beautiful weather, but it's also very cool. So here is my Gatorade bottle that I have with the strap on. And notice that this is no longer going anywhere with the Velcro strap on, and it helps so much. Once I was strapped up, I wasted no time to get on the trails. There is a side trail that has different entrance points. I decided to take this trail to the trail entrance that I wanted to do the most. So yesterday I forgot to mention that we did have a tropical storm, and a lot of the trails has been blocked up with branches, a little bit more than I could clean up myself. But we're still going to go riding, because there are some places that isn't as bad as this. But yeah, so there is one thing that I'm learning pretty quickly already. So this is one of my favorite lines to ride in this park, is that I wasn't expecting for the ground to be this slippery. It is really, really slippery. I was trying to scope this particular line, and coming back was very hard. As I was trying to come back, I lost traction and I had to carry my bike up here, and it was very complicated, and my tires are just flooded with mud. And there's a lot of jumps on this one, but one of the things I'm kind of scared about when going down this line is making a jump, not landing right, and just sliding off. And that's probably what is going to happen most of the time here, because all the ground is not even, right now it's pretty much mud at this point. But we're going to ride it and see how it goes. As I was going down this slope, you can probably tell that I was slightly hesitant, and that hesitation kind of led me to the decision to try another time. I waited about another week before deciding to go back. This day was not any better, as the temperatures was over 90 degrees with a clear sky. The sun was beaming behind my neck. It was also very humid, as it always is in the mornings here in Houston. Alright, so last week I was not expecting the trails to look that bad, and actually taught me a lot of different new lessons when it comes to going bike riding or going onto the trails. So today is a little bit more sunny, so I am wearing long sleeve instead. It is still a little bit hot, but I'm only wearing the long sleeve because I want to be able to protect my skin underneath the sun. It is pretty beaming outside. So anyway, today is going to be a different day. Today is for sure we are going to be able to ride, and the ground itself should be not muddy, but it should be at least damp enough to be rideable and not slide everywhere. So yeah, second time's the charm. All right, so here we are back at that line. Next week, the ground feels so much better. There's no puddles. I'm not sliding when I go up this hill, which is perfect. So let's get to it. First attempt, crash, but I bailed, so I'm okay. That's one thing that I learned, guys. Learn how to bail. So I understand that in that last attempt, the slope and everything does not look that big, but let me give you a little bit of perspective. This ramp here, all right, in comparison to how tall I am, all right, this ramp is about 4 feet high, four feet, between 4 and 5 feet high, because it's a little bit over half of my height. That's how tall that ramp is. All right, now I'm coming down right here. All right, I know it doesn't look that big in video, but this is about a 10-foot, 12-foot slope that I'm coming down of onto a 4 foot high, 4 foot, 5 foot high ramp. Now, considering that I'm a beginner, this is a huge step for me to even attempt. All right, this kind of trail, or this line, is about, I would say, for between intermediate and advanced leveled riders. I am nowhere near that, but I'm progressing, and the only way for me to progress is to go after things that are bigger than me. But of course, have to do it safely. Great, my chain came off and I can't get it back on. I'm trying to find out how. And this is why it's always nice to have a multi-tool. That came right here. This is the right, I believe that's I need one size down. And I have many other tools in here, which is great for getting yourself out of sticky situations like this one. It's a little too small. It's okay. I got many other tools that I can use right here. that is a perfect size. Just gotta loosen this up a little bit so I can get that chain back on.
Here we are in another sticky situation. But unlike last time with Oscar where I was not prepared, I took that experience and made sure that this time I was.
We're moving on to a different line now that I got my bike back up and running. So here's another one of my favorite lines. It has a little jump park right in the back, a little pump trail for you to get some speed for this jump right here. And by the time you land, depending on the speed that you're going, you're dropping about 5 feet, a little over 5 feet by the time you hit the ground onto those little jumps over there. But I haven't been able to clear that. But the first time I've ridden this, I kind of chickened out and wasn't able to do it. But now I've been able to do it. And every single time I do the line, I get a little better every single time. So let's go ahead and do it. All right, that time, I didn't think I was going fast enough. I was going a little bit too slow. So let's go ahead and do it again. Now that was a lot better.
Alright, are we recording? We are. Sweet. Cool. Alright guys, so I know I didn't get to ride all the features of this trail. I had to kind of cut it short, mainly because I met up with someone and I wanted to respect their privacy without having them record. So I kind of wanted to cut it short and kind of showcase and make a story of what I already had. So based off of this, the story here is that, you know, I got a new bike, I'm learning new things, and thanks to Oscar, I was able to go to the trails with a sharper mind. As y'all saw, I had a multi-tool that time to get myself out of a situation to where if I didn't have one, I would have to go back. One thing that was very obvious in riding these features that you can probably tell based off of how I was riding was that I was very, very hesitant to kind of do certain features. And one of the main reasons is because when you don't have a riding buddy, you're pretty much out there alone. If you get hit, if you get injured in any kind of way, the chances of you getting help is slim to none. So I would always recommend having some sort of riding buddy, mainly just in case you get yourself in a situation to where you do get injured. You have that other person to help you out. And yes, I know I was wearing safety gear, I had a helmet, I had my knee guards and everything. But the thing is that those only soften impacts. It doesn't 100% guarantee the full safety of your body if you were to get into an injury. So that's another reason why I kind of cut this video short, is mainly because while I was at the trails, I met with someone. And I wanted to respect their privacy before I asked them if they wanted to be in a video, even though I don't have that many subscribers. But overall, I wanted to respect their privacy, respect their rights as a person if they wanted to show their face or anything. So that's kind of why I cut the video short. But I also wanted to kind of take what I had and kind of showcase everything. I haven't told you guys the name that I gave my bike. It is a Specialized Stunt Jumper Evo Expert. It's a tongue twister of a name. And I am going to name it Spencer. It's going to be second to Oscar. So thanks to Oscar, of course, we wouldn't have come this far if it wasn't for him. And some of y'all might think that Spencer is a little bit overkill for a beginner. But the main reason why I kind of invested in a bike like this is because Oscar showed me and taught me that, hey, look, this is something that I really wanted to do. It's not an entry-level bike. If you wanted to just kind of get into mountain biking, most that I would expect you to spend is maybe $500 for maybe a hardtail, just to kind of see if you want to get into it or not. And Oscar showed me that I did want to get into it by spending the bare minimum. So that's kind of why I invested in a bike like this, because I wanted a bike that I could progress on. So of course, there are a lot of things that we can take away from this overall experience. If there's a tropical storm, don't go the day after. It's rough. And some things that I took away from Oscar is being prepared, having a multi-tool. That multi-tool definitely did get me out of that sticky situation to where I would have had to go back. And most importantly, have a riding buddy. having a riding buddy is definitely going to help you build your confidence in riding certain features, and might even push you to do even better, but also while being safe. Safety should be your number one priority. Anyway, guys, I really do enjoy and appreciate you guys riding along and coming into my journey and progressing into mountain biking. And until next time, guys, keep riding, and I'll see you in the next one.